It's time, folks, for the return of Death Battle. Welcome back to Time Guy DBZ, folks. I'm your host, Vinny, and today we are reacting to Death Battles. Batman versus Ironman, DC versus Marvel, the wealthiest, the richest, and the most powerless, but popular and also powerful men in both of these franchises. This is gonna be like a really, I don't know personally who to root for. This is sad. I don't want to see these two fight, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't know. Avengers Endgame was so good, I might have to be leaning on Iron Man's side, but we're gonna have to wait. We're gonna have to wait and see how this thing goes and pans out. So, with that said, we're gonna go ahead and get started into this. But before we do, I just want to mention a couple things regarding Xenoverse 2. This weekend, they did show off a gameplay trailer of Dragon Ball Super's base form Gogeta that can transform into Super Saiyan. I don't know what type of DLC that is. Anyway, they displayed that, but there was also a teaser for another character. It was actually revealed to be a playable character coming up in this new DLC pack. Her name is Caulifla. I believe I said it right. I have a theory. If with Caulifla always comes Kale, so I'm wondering, is Caulifla and Kale are they gonna be the two characters that are gonna make this way into this DLC pack? It's probably gonna be a little bit more expensive, but you know, I'm okay with that. Honestly, I'm really glad that this character is making its way in there, because it didn't honestly feel like we were getting any real original content with this 13 DLC pack. Now, some people may agree or disagree with me. Jiren, to me, is already in the game, and Gogeta's already in the game with Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan 4, Super Saiyan Blue. At this point, if you were going to plan to add these, you should have done that in the get-go. With that said, we're going to go ahead and get started. So, we'll get started. I always do that. I always do this to you guys. Let me know how you guys feel about this, because I feel like I always do you guys wrong like this. So, we're going to go ahead and get started in 3. Oh, God. Okay, never mind. We got to add. So, now we're going to go ahead and get started into this in 3, 2, 1. Begin the battle. All right. Rooster Teeth. Do not be copyrighting this video. It's original content. It's reaction.
BatMan, DC's vengeful crusader of the night.
Iron Man, Marvel's genius,
and I like that Iron Man
playboy philanthropist.
These two mortal men have used their intellect and determination to take their place alongside gods.
And being filthy, stinking rich sure doesn't hurt either. He's
That's
Wiz
true.
and I'm Boomstick.
That is true.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a
death battle. Okay. It looks like it's going to be animated, so. Oh well.
That's right, he's back. In case you're one of the many psychos.
I just recently
stars
watched
that
the
brings
Batman
out the city.
series
I would
with
make peace
what's his
whatever
name?
God you pray to, because they
Michael
won't save you
Michael
from the
Keaton.
goddamn
No.
Batman.
But before
No, that's
he
not.
dressed
Yeah,
like a
Michael
giant
Keaton. Yeah,
rodent
that's it.
employed
And
the
personally,
Rooster
I love
Teeth as
them.
meat
Fantastic
shield,
movies.
He was Bruce Wayne, scion of the multi-billion-dollar company Wayne Enterprises.
Until Mommy and Daddy got 360 no-scope, leaving Bruce with a void inside.
I've been hearing that. No shit. I heard that on TikTok with somebody who voiced over the Avatar. It was
Bruce
really
Wayne
funny.
died, and the Batman was born.
He's like, water style,
His life
360
perfecting
no
his
scope
body
jutsu.
and mind
And
to
shit.
become
It's
more
crazy,
than
but anyway.
human. He would transcend his own mortality into legend, a nightmare to haunt evildoers till the end of time.
Jesus
Indeed.
Christ! I feel like Zoloft and therapy would work too, but okay, whatever works.
Batman's resume is absurd. He's mastered 127 martial arts, trained in stealth and assassination, and is a super genius with a photographic memory. He's the world's greatest detective, bar none.
Like how the League of Shadows needs to keep erasing Batman's memories because he keeps finding their secret bases. Or the time he found a dead body with no entry or exit wound and a 40-year-old bullet nearby, and somehow determined it must have been fired backwards in time.
Despite being a master marksman, escape artist, forensic scientist, mechanical engineer,
And ninja,
one of Batman's assets
he's
stands
a ninja.
above them all.
his fat stacks. Bats has poured his
I was
millions
gonna
into
say,
tactical armor and gadgets for every
yeah, he's got a lot of
situation.
stacks.
If there's one word to describe Batman, it's prepared.
Made of reinforced Kevlar and titanium, his bat
That's putting that
suit
lightly.
resisted
I feel
eyes
like-
and gunfire,
yeah.
and even protected him from this massive explosion. Judging by the size of the detonation, Batman's distance from the epicenter, and the surface area of his body, he must have withstood a blast of nearly 60 tons of TNT.
His cowl comes with night vision, infrared, and a radio, while his utility belt is chock full of smoke bombs, nerve toxins, a grappling hook, and batarangs, which he can control mid-air and set to explode.
It was these tools that allowed Batman to wage his one-man war on crime.
But once he got over his angsty loner phase, he helped found the Justice League of America in order to bring his personal brand of Bat Justice to the entire world.
And Batman's knack for schemes and preparation skyrocketed the match, turning him into the Bat God we all know and meme. Like the time he developed a backup personality that would ensure he functions as Batman in case of a psychological attack that drove him mad. A backup human operating system. Like a computer, but it's his brain.
He even has plans tailored to his teammates' weaknesses
Yep,
should they ever go rogue.
he does.
He's
That's
developed
crazy.
contingencies for everything, which is why Bats comes prepared with extra suits for any occasion.
Like his Nightfall exosuit to battle Bane, or the Justice Buster, which he obviously designed to combat the Justice League. He even got a final Batsuit from his sixth dimensional self that can rewrite your mind.
But my favorite is his stylish zebra suit, which he wore after getting weird Magneto powers. They just made his suit look like this for some reason. There's also the Rainbow Batman suit, the Suit of Sorrows, and of course, the Bat Nipples. Chicks dig the Bat Nipples. All paid for with the Bat credit card. Never leave the cave without it.
But
Yeah,
perhaps
no
his
joke.
greatest suit of armor, the one designed to put him on the same level of insane mind-bending power as his league teammates, is the Hellbat.
AKA the single coolest looking thing ever invented.
Forged by Superman in the heart of the sun, each member of the Justice League contributed to this monstrous mech's abilities.
And boy does it show, the Hellbat is absolutely hardcore.
Made of nanokinetic mesh, it can shapeshift around Batman's body and operates via telepathic link.
It can fly, turn invisible, and fire a bat-shaped chest laser. And by diverting all the suit's power into his fists, he can use the Devastator, a punch powered by Wonder Woman's strength. And she's strong enough to take the friggin' Earth around. Though it does have a 95% chance of giving old Bats a heart attack.
Which he has given himself to save all of Gotham City on at least one occasion. It's that level of insane drive that pushed him to use the Hellbat in his one-man invasion of Apocalypse in order to bring his son back to life.
You know, Apocalypse, home to the god of evil himself,
Darkseid.
Batman
Wow.
stared down the final boss of DC Comics and actually kicked his ass.
This is incredible, considering Darkseid is a being strong enough to destroy entire universes.
Yeah, they made him really OP in his battle against Thanos.
Seconds. Since the DC universe is significantly larger than our
I do
own,
wonder now, will this bring in some other debates like, you know, Hellbat versus some Dragon Ball characters? Because I'm kind of wondering, like, you know, I'm wondering now, is he on par to keep, I don't think he's like that yet, but, you know, if they keep doing that type of stuff, oh yeah, I'll guarantee it, it'll be
Should
pretty
any
quick.
fight with the Hellbat go on too long, Batman may succumb to its hunger before finishing the fight himself.
Wait, what do you
Or
mean it's
absorb
hunger?
someone else's biomass for fuel. That works too.
So basically,
So it's like
you
a
have to be
spawn suit.
completely batshit insane to pilot this thing. And Bats, is...
Happens to be that.
Sorry to break it to you, but the grown man that wears his underwear on the outside isn't all there.
In keeping with being a perfectionist, though, he's completely aware of this. That's why he does not kill. Because if he did, he understands that he can't trust himself to know when to stop.
Batman has outsmarted the nigh-omniscient Metron, defeated his dark counterpart, the Batman Who Laughs, and humiliated Superman in a one-on-one fight. No, wait, that one's not canon. That one he technically had help. Yeah, that one!
Although many of his greatest accomplishments have been aided by his exceptional prep work and foreknowledge,
Oh, he became
he's
the
no
guy. No, I
stranger to
didn't
being
know.
put on the spot, even in the face of Armageddon. Who else would kick the Spectre, the Angel of Wrath, God's divine judgment, in the face, and then tell him to get the hell out of his city?
I'll tell you who. The goddamn motherfucking na-na-na-na-na Batman!
My parademons arrive soon.
Think I haven't planned for this?
Yeah, no.
You
Batman's
will
no
be
joke,
forgiven for
so this will be
doubting the
tricky.
destiny
I wonder
of
who
genius,
wins.
Billionaire, playboy, philanthropist.
So I didn't. The last time they did a couple Batman battles, they were kind of like.
Tony's parents died when he was still young, leaving the
Provide a lot of this.
mind-bogglingly brilliant prodigy to inherit a multi-billion-dollar tech company.
You know, every time I look at these height measurements, I'm like, wow, I'm taller than most of these people on here.
Which was problematic.
I acknowledge that. Like, I'm taller than most of these people. I also weigh probably more than most of them, so. Then again, if you're doing people like Darkseid and stuff like that.
When it literally blew up in his face.
That one, I'm different. Oh.
Tony never had much of a heart to begin with, but after that, he literally had even less. Unlike so many men of weaker spirit, though, Tony refused to give up. He was made of tougher stuff. He was made of iron.
So he built himself a robot.
He was made
to bust
of
the hell out
iron.
of there.
There's no
and
joke.
When he got back to the good old US of A, he devoted his life to protecting the world from the kinds of weapons he helped make by making an even better robot suit and becoming a superhero.
I am Iron Man.
We're back, folks. I always hate those ads that come in the middle of these YouTube, like, specifically here, like when I'm watching a death battle, really? You're gonna give me an ad? Crazy.
Models, which he can call to him at once like a literal one-man army.
Most of his armors come with the same basic toolkit: super strength, massively hypersonic flight, and repulsor blast.
Repulsors are extremely dense beams of muons, unstable subatomic particles similar to electrons. They're actually really interesting. See,
I never actually played this game. I would really like for real, I would love to play the Marvel's Avengers game, but I just
such the fun out of it. His armor
y'all said this in like so many different things, but I'm not gonna say it because y'all know my situation.
Command his other suits to fight remotely and operate down to the picosecond. That's 1/1,000,000th of a second.
Who is that?
Even
Is that
outdated
Friday?
armors are
No,
strong enough
I
to
did
blow
not know
up a
that
chunk
was
of rock as big as Manhattan.
actual
By
Friday's
taking a look
looks,
at its
but-
speed, Tony's
okay.
armor would have had to be hidden with an energy of nearly 300 teratons of TNT. That's 3 times stronger than the asteroid that wiped out the dinosaurs.
Years spent defending the Earth has conditioned Tony to be prepared for any threat imaginable, and he has an armor for almost any occasion.
He's got an armor to bust Hulks, an armor to bust Thors, an armor that can turn intangible, a super tiny armor that can mess with your insides, and an
Godbuster
armor
armor,
made of white sticky
virtual
alien
armor.
goo. Definitely not legal in all 50 states.
Gross. In order to remain as flexible as possible, though, his standard go-to is the Model Prime. It has all the classic Iron Man staples and has even incorporated size changing for extra strength, an invisible stealth mode,
And a badass lightning samurai sword? Say what you want about the smug son of a bitch, but he's definitely got style. And crippling alcoholism. But look who's talking.
It was more than likely that same devil-may-care attitude that led to Tony revealing his secret identity to the world, which I guess had no consequences.
Look, Wiz, when you build a space laser strong enough to wipe out alien fleets in one shot, I don't think the Mandarin is going to interrupt your shawarma lunch date.
That space laser is a Dyson sphere, a speculative superstructure that is meant to encircle an entire star and harness its energy. Something only possible by a theoretical Type 2 civilization on the Kardashev scale.
It's basically when you're galaxy-brained enough to draw power from the entire solar system.
I know it's comics, but the fact that Tony just has one of these lying around is insane. Known as Soul's Hammer, Tony's incomplete sphere is strong enough to destroy a planet at only a 2% charge.
Didn't you work on one of those? I remember you talking about how it'd solve your student loan problems once and for all.
On behalf of
and yeah, if anybody builds that, yeah, you're set for life. Your great grandchildren
Years
are
of
set for
protecting the
life.
world from aliens,
Might as
gods,
well,
and
because
even his friends.
that's
All of
like
that stuff wore Tony down
insane.
and turned him into the one thing he promised himself he would never become: a narc.
Siding with U.S. government's enforcement of the Superhuman Registration Act led to a literal civil war between superheroes. It wouldn't be his
That's
last.
true.
Though it did prove he
Nope,
could hang
no,
with
no.
the best of them. He's beaten Captain America in hand-to-hand combat, survived blows from Thor, and even took down the Worldbreaker Hulk.
He even matched Magneto. Magneto, the guy that controls metal, the thing that surrounds Tony's entire body, by amplifying his power with Jupiter's magnetic field.
And then Max punched him with the power of the sun, and it was like, no big deal. There really doesn't seem to be a limit to how insane Tony's tech gets. In the movies, this is the same guy that figured out time travel just sitting around one evening. In the time it takes me to down a beer, Tony's already shattered the laws of physics. Yeah, sure. Go to the Middle Ages and play knights with Dr. Doom, you scamp.
Perhaps his greatest invention of all, however, was the E-scape, an entire virtual universe where the only limit is his imagination.
And because Tony's nothing if not predictable, he made an armor out of it. That's right, he made an armor out of a universe.
This virtual armor is composed of solid holograms that can form any weapon Tony can think of. But even it likely cannot compare to the armor Tony created inside the E-scape, the Godbuster.
It's literally Iron Man going Super Saiyan. The Godbuster was so powerful, it destroyed the entire E-scape in a single blast, along with the AI controlling all of it.
An earlier iteration of the Godbuster was able to stand up to Celestials, cosmic gods that can warp reality, like Galactus, Odin, and Franklin, who can threaten the multiverse with their power.
So it lives up to the friggin' name, in case you were wondering. But it isn't that kind of power that makes Tony special. After a life spent wallowing in vice and pleasure, Tony rebuilt himself into a man he could be proud of. Someone who could sacrifice everything to save the world.
I suppose underneath it all, that man of iron had a heart of gold.
You want my property? You can't have it. But I did you a big favor. I have successfully privatized world peace.
I honestly like that scene a lot. That when I went back and watched the scenes like Iron Man 2, that was
you want the same
enjoyable.
level of confidence as these two
It's
billionaires?
like, you know,
Check
you want
out
my product? You can't have it. You know why? Because I just saved the world. But at the same time, you know, there's other people producing this technology, so it's like, hey, anybody else can produce this, you know? So. Alright, so to talk about the battle, basically, I don't know who's going to win, honestly. It's very difficult. The difference is going to come down to the Batman's Hellbat suit and then Tony's Godbuster suit. It's very difficult, honestly, to anticipate who could win this battle, but I really would have to assume that it's probably going to be Tony, just because it's Celestial. I would think Celestials, but I didn't, a little bit bigger than, Darkseid, but I don't really know. Sometimes it's very difficult to anticipate this stuff, and sometimes you just got to watch the battle unfold. And I think that's just the way we're going to probably have to do it with this one. Regardless, it's going to be a pretty badass battle, though. So, yeah. Overall, I think Batman's instability may be a little bit against him, but then again, Tony's a little bit unpredictable and stuff. So, we're just going to, like I said, we're going to have to just watch and see. Oh, it's got anime music going. Okay. Oh. He's showing that shit. I was like, oh no, I'm not listening to anything.
I can respect a man with a healthy sense of paranoia and billions to spare, but Steve and Nat are really up my ass about this. Take the Watchtower offline now.
Bruce, you don't want this fight, Tony. It'll be the biggest mistake of your life.
Yeah, I don't really think that's enough of a discussion.
Clark, do you read me? The Watchtower is being attacked.
Seriously, Bats? I figured out hacking in the 2nd grade. How do you think I got in here? Aside from... Really, Bruce? This stick? I thought we were grown-ups here.
That's all he takes out his opponents, bro.
Ready when you are.
Ooh, I already put it on, too. Ooh, yeah, he's about to mess you up. Ooh.
Friday, I was told hammer online pronto. Match my coordinates. I'll try to...
Oh, dang. Batman was that... Wow, okay. I guess Batman was no joke now with that suit. He really is.
What did you expect? I am Batman.
Ooh.
And I am Iron Man.
There you go.
I've got a suit for everything, Bats, including busting wannabe gods like you.
Oh, wow, this will be interesting. He's literally just gonna bust up all these. He's gonna be like the motto of like, bam, bam, knocking out, like soldiers and everybody else left and right. Ooh, key clash! We gotta keep being strong. Ooh! Iron Man lost that. Wow. It's over.
Had to divert some power to hacking that suit. Like I said, second grade. Friday, fire the hammer!
Ooh, wow. Okay, this might be over. Yeah. Ooh, wow. And then they just destroyed Earth. Oh, wait.
Holy shit.
Wow.
No more armors, Tony. Just you and me. Man to man.
Yeah, Tony
Man's a genius billionaire playboy.
Hey, dumbass. I was gonna say, you better stop talking. Ooh, yep, it's over. I think Batman's got him hands down. He's got him hands down. Oh.
Model 58, the nano armor. Snuck it into your body back on the watchtower. Friday, initiate self-destruct.
Ooh, wow.
Friday, I could really use a drink.
Okay. KO. Wow.
Come
He
on,
died by
get off me,
self-destruct.
butt-naked. Batman would have beat the shit out of him.
While Batman is a
Yeah,
character defined by
that's
his
like-
tenacity, preparedness, and utter genius,
Yeah.
so is Tony Stark. So neither could rely on
How
that
many
skill set
times has
alone to
Batman
pull them
lost on this
And it
thing?
shouldn't come as a surprise. Batman's
Crazy.
standard batsuit couldn't quite hold up to the firepower
Batman has
of
lost
even the
like
most
several
basic
times.
Iron
He
Man
lost
armor.
a
The
Spider-Man,
batsuit is
he lost
surprisingly
to
tough, sure.
Black
but he isn't
Panther,
taking
and
hits
now
from a
he's
dude
lost
that
to
can
Iron
punch
Man.
apart
Like,
Manhattan.
wow, he's just taking
And
L's
despite
left and
Bats
right.
having a ton of nifty gadgets,
Marvel,
Iron
man,
Man's
that's-
armors were way more varied and powerful. With so many unique and often
That is
alien
true.
abilities, there was no way Bats could predict all of them.
With time,
No.
he could certainly figure out a plan of
Couldn't.
attack, but since Tony is just as much a genius schemer as Batman, he could do the same.
There are lots of cases where he would have won, especially with his ace in the hole, the Hellbat.
The Hellbat's raw power and speed absolutely dwarfed the majority of Iron Man's arsenal, and could have killed him immediately were it not for Tony's own trump cards.
Like the Godbuster, which was definitely strong enough to contend with it. The Hellbat could take on
That's what I was
Darkseid, but
thinking.
a
Like
weaker
the
version of the
Godbuster
Godbuster
was
could
probably
hold
going to
its
mess
own
him up,
against
but I
Celestials.
couldn't be
Darkseid was a being
100% sure.
capable of threatening the multiverse with his power and moving many times faster than light, but the Celestials were capable of the same.
With an armor that
I
strong,
know,
Tony
okay.
could buy himself
And there are
enough time
multiple
to break
versions
out all
of
his
them,
other
so
tricks.
unlike,
like
you know,
sneaking
one dude,
nano
it's
armors into
easier to take
Batman's
down one
body,
person than
phasing
the odds
through
are,
him with
you know,
ghost
even.
tech, draining the Hellbat's power, or just hacking his suit and shutting it off.
And with an army of armors at his beck and call, Tony could certainly hold Batman off long enough to employ those strategies. Hell, since he can control them remotely, he technically didn't even need to be there and put himself in harm's way.
And remember, the Hellbat used Batman's own life force as a battery. He needed to end the fight quick or else his own armor would kill him first. With Tony throwing an army at him, he didn't have a good way of doing that. Tony just had way too much shit to throw at Batman, while Batman didn't have the time or options he needed to keep up.
Batman may have been a god among men, but Iron Man's wealth of gadgets, insanely powerful tech, and greater mechanical experience allowed him to crush the Caped Crusader.
You might think it's an injustice that Batman's gonna need avenging, but Iron Man was in a whole
By the way,
nother
I seen
league.
that Injustice is
The
kind of
winner
making its
is
way
Iron Man.
with its
Hey everybody, I
trailer.
hope you enjoyed that episode.
Like
If
the
you're looking for
Injustice
something
game,
else to watch,
it actually
we
has
just
an
released
official
a
movie
brand new
coming
show
out, so I can't wait
called
for that
Last
one.
Lap on Rooster
But,
Teeth.
yep.
It's all about people
Iron
trying to
Man
make
looks
each
like
other
he
laugh
made
and
his win.
nobody trying not
Made
to.
his win.
Check it out by clicking the box below me. Thanks.
All right, let's see what's going on next time. Whoa! Let's go! Goku Black versus Reverse Flash, September 26th. Yeah! Bro! That's gonna be fire, man. I can't. I can't wait with that one, man. Anyway, so regarding this battle, I think it was an appropriate judgment, based on, you know, both combatants' stats and their history with conflict. You know, the fact is Batman is a little bit unstable. He can be prepared for stuff, but with Death Battle, I think they kind of they present stuff in neutral settings. Like there's no preparation beforehand. No one really knows, oh hey, you know, this is what's going on. Sometimes the writing can be a little bit inconsistent, but overall the Death Battle, or not in writing, but the animations and stuff like that sometimes can be a little bit inconsistent with each other. But that's overall, it's how most things are. Sometimes, you know, the communication between people kind of get blurred. Overall, I think it was good. I think for what it was doing, I think it was fantastic, and I think it delivered. The battle was, first off, I want to point out a couple things. Like, the battle was perfect. I thought it was great. It was a good way to come back. I'm definitely looking forward to the next battle. You can definitely catch my reaction in a couple weeks from now. I'm looking at the calendar. Okay, so it's coming September, so it'll be available on Monday the 27th for me, because I'm not subscribed to their website. Hopefully, I don't know. My deal is, though, is like with Dragon Ball, I don't want them to be doing, I'm very critical of Dragon Ball stuff. So I'm like, as much as it is, I want them to read their information, but at the same time, I want you to get some knowledge. Don't be throwing out random facts, like, because there are a couple battles on here, like Android 18 versus Captain Marvel. I feel like it was kind of inconsistent. Like, Android 18 she doesn't absorb energy. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and log off here. So once again, thank you guys for checking this out. If you are new to my channel, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Also, make sure to comment your hype down below. Who do you guys want to win, or who are you guys hoping to win? Did you guys like the end result? And if so, what are your overall thoughts? If you guys are super excited for the next battle, as I am, let me know in the comment section below. And also, share this with your friends, family, and strangers. Because remember, sharing is caring. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video of Time God DBZ. Peace, God bless, and I'll see you guys then.